Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 50. Woohoo! December the 6th through the 12th, a weekly wrap up. Okay, you guys, wow, the year is almost over. Finally, 2020, bye-bye. Can we get it? Can we get it? Can we make it through these last two or three weeks without having something else crazy go on? Please, 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 please. Oh my goodness. Woo! So this week was super busy, and if you didn't notice the thumbnail, yeah, it was sort of it's a sort of slumpy week for me, but then again, I've come to figure out that November and December have been real slumpy for me, like super slumpy. My reading numbers are super down, but then again, I've been trying to do a whole bunch of stuff, been trying to work 5 times, 10 times harder, because that's what I got to do. If you didn't see, I am doing a Vlogmas Bookmas type thing over on Instagram, where I am doing a tea a day plus some different topics, some bookish things and things like that. So if you're not subscribed, or if you're not following me over on Instagram, make sure you're doing that. All that information's down in the description box, along with my Patreon. And yeah, I got a whole bunch of book stuff, so I'm just gonna quickly go over the book things, the things that I've already unboxed. I'm not gonna go over everything. I'll show them to you, but I do have 2 more boxes because it's December and authors are doing like super specials and things like that. So yeah, let's just jump into that book mail type stuff, because other than that, lifestyle sort of thing, what has been going on in my life besides having to work 10 times harder than my younger, lighter people. But I'm not comparing, because that's unhealthy too. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I did a live with India, and Charles jumped in. We played One's Gotta Go. I pretty much lost my black card. I helped uplift another creator, Princess, with an IG live, and we both needed to vent, and it was just fate, and the stories aligned, and the stars aligned, not the stories, the stars aligned, and she was the first one to jump onto my live that I was just like, I don't have swim practice tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and do an IG live. And then she popped on, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick someone, and picked her, and we ended up talking for like an hour, and we got some things off our chest, and we discussed some things, and it's bookish and lifestyle and all kinds of goodness. And yeah, so that's been my week. Oh, make sure you're going to see the Shaded Choice Award winners. They put that video out, Princess and Jasmine. Amazing video, and you might see my face on it, maybe. But it's mostly about the awards and the amazing books that I probably won't read, just because they're different genres. But at some point I may have to dip my toe in some of those books that were winners, and things like that. But it was such an amazing video, so go check that out. I will leave it in the description box as well, and I might link it up in the cards. Well, I'll link it up in the cards, I will link it up in the cards for you guys to go check that out as well. So I think that's it. Oh, anniversary this week. See that? I mean, that's how me and the hubby roll. Like, we have been together for 15 years, and it was our 14th anniversary. And yeah, he didn't remember it, per usual. Normally, we just wait and let Facebook tell us when it's our anniversary. But it actually, whatchamacallit, it reminded me a couple days earlier, so I was like, I want seafood because we have the seafood place that does these boils, and it's a little bit expensive. So we only do it on special occasions. And since he decided he wanted something different for his birthday in November, I was like, ha, it's our anniversary, we're getting seafood, and that's just how that's gonna be. So when I suggested it the night before our anniversary, he was just like, I thought it was weird, you know, whatever, but I didn't say anything. So then on our anniversary, I was like, he showed me something or another. I can't remember exactly why, but he ended up like saying something, and I was like, yeah, you know, oh no, he asked again what we're having for dinner, and I was like, seafood, because happy anniversary. And he's like, oh yeah. I was like, you haven't been on Facebook today, have you? Because that's what we do. That was a big old ramble. Big old ramble. But let's get into the book mail stuff. Like, seriously. So, I most definitely am going to have to reorganize and something with shelves because, and they're going to wash me out because so many of them are white. So, this bottom half right here are my new Meghan Quinn books. This top half are my new Corinne Michaels books and special editions and things like that. If you want to find out exactly what the covers look like, go check out my Instagram. Participated in a, in a gift exchange. So I got my gift exchange books. I also got books from publishers. That was amazing. Actually, I think I might have put these in last week's unboxing. Maybe, but you guys can see them again. So we got those. Further extended my K.A. Lindy novels, books, and she is right back there, that little corner, which now she'll probably get the entire shelf with these books. Her fantasy series, one of her fantasy series, her, her sort of rich, entitled series, sort of. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then a completion of one of her other books from the series that I already have. Then I received a Harlequin box because I have a reader subscriber service, what have you. So let's see if this is my December box or if through my partnership I'm receiving these books with the Read Bliss channel. If you didn't know, I am a Read Bliss participant, and I do videos for them. And yes, this looks like maybe this is my team stuff. I think this might be my team stuff because I take pictures for Harlequin sometimes. And the books that they sent me that you'll see over on my Instagram are these three books. So we have Running Away with His Bride by Sophie Singh Sasson. That is part of their Harlequin Desire line. We have Her Texas New Year's Wish by Michelle Major, and this is part of the Harlequin Special Edition line. Then we also have Agent Under Siege by Lena Diaz, and this is part of the Harlequin Intrigue line. So, if you are following me on Instagram, you'll see these books again, but thank you to Harlequin for sending those to me. Also got another box. Okay, so when book events were happening, Love Books would bring and hand out loads and loads of books. They would put them in like the goodie bags and things like that. Well, they had a huge sale just recently, and like some of the books were like $5 a piece. I kind of went a little crazy. And love it. Love it. It's like an independent booker or book publisher, what have you, for romance and things like that. So I'm quickly going to go over which books I got. They're all in the, I think they're all, if I remember correctly, I bought lots of books, not all of them, lots of books from the Misadventure series. So in the package, they sent me a whole bunch of stuff, and now I can actually track which ones I have and which ones I need, so that I can get the whole Misadventures series. So I'm super excited about that. Oh, sweet. I might actually try this. They sent me a little cocktail, whatchamacallit. And you guys may have seen, like, the ad, but it's for Blood of Zeus by Meredith Wild and Angel Payne. And they sent me the card for that. Ooh, and all the books that are supposed to go into that series. I didn't know there were 3 books. Oh, that's because only 2 of them are out. Nope. One's out, second's coming out soon, and the third will be out next year. So, super fun with that. Ended up getting a bag right here. One more chapter, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. I know that all too well. Alrighty, so I got Misadventures at City Hall by Victoria Blue. Misadventures with a Manny by Tony Leo. Misadventures of a Curvy Girl by Sierra Simone. I've read this one, super fun. Misadventures with a Sexpert by Elizabeth Haley. Misadventures with a Firefighter, yeah baby, by Julia Morgan. Misadventures in the Cage by Sierra Robinson. I got Misadventures of the First Daughter by Meredith Wild and Mia Michelle. This is my second copy of this, but Misadventures of a Backup Bride by Shayla Black. Misadventures with a Time Traveler by Angel Payne. Misadventures of a College Girl by Lauren Rowe. Misadventures in Blue by Sierra Simone. Misadventures with a Professor by Sierra Simone. So happy about that. And then Misadventures with a Twin by Elizabeth Haley. So, those are all the books that I got to add to my Misadventures collection. Which is Misadventures of a City Girl by Meredith Wild and Shel Bliss. And like I said, Misadventures of a Backup Bride I already had. And then I have Misadventures on the Night Shift by Lauren Rowe. So, my collection is growing and I can start marking off that card sufficiently. So, there is that. That is all the book mail. Yeah, let's get to the week's reviews. Okay, I can make this fairly short. We're just going to jump right in. The things that I read last week. Starting off the week, I finished reading the tourist attraction, Moose Springs, Alaska #1 by Sarah Morganthaler. Why didn't y'all warn me? I'm loosely placing this in contemporary because there is sort of a romance in it. And it kind of deals around them. I'm only giving it 3 stars. I give it 1 Steam fan. There was no Steam with this whatsoever. I listened to it as an audiobook and it was just too much. So you have Zoe who ends up going with her rich friend to Alaska and to this little town where it's very much townies versus the tourists. It's a sort of tourist attraction, and the people in the town, and Graham, the guy that runs the bar in the town, one of the bars in the town, or the local food spot or whatever, who doesn't want to be there, doesn't really want to have the, you know, tourist sort of name and stuff like that. He's mad that his spot is placed in this tourist sort of attraction book and feels that the privileged are like running his town into the ground, although they're the ones that are keeping it afloat. And there's just a whole bunch of that, a whole lot of that, and this book is entirely too long. Oh my goodness. I kept looking like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Why? So you may be asking yourself, why did I read it in the first place? And it is because I actually got approved for the 3rd book that will be coming out like at the beginning of January. So I will be reading the second book, and I will be reading the third book, so you guys will be hearing about that. Actually, you may not, unless you are a patron. But the next book that I finished reading was Embrace by Michelle Fernandez. Place this in contemporary. Give it 4.5 stars. Give it 2.5 Steam fans. Read it as an arc. It is available for you. This is part of the Salvation series, and the Salvation series released all 5 of the new books on last Sunday. So I had 2 books to finish, and this was one of them. And oh, it was so good. I really, really, really love this one. Delilah is part of the CJJ PR team, and Brody is the guy that he is sort of on the outside of the Cole security guys, but he's in. It's kind of hard to describe. He gets a second chance in working with the Cole security guys, and I started to think that that this round of Salvation Society books was revolving around domestic violence, because our female character Delilah, she actually has moved away from her family and from her, the comfort zone because of a domestic violence situation, and is trying to make new and things like that. And so is Brody. Brody is dealing with the fact that he has to teeter. He was a rich kid, and then he went to the military, and it has things to stem with his father, who has a medical condition. And, the two of them are trying to sort of find their space, find their newness, and find their new lives and things like that. So I really enjoyed that. I loved, their back and forth banter. He calls her Dorothy because her nickname, and everyone knows her as D, but from the first time he saw her, he just felt that she was like a Dorothy type feel or what have you. And I like that aspect. I like the story and everything like that. There is a little bit of romantic suspense that goes along with it, because a character ends up popping back up on the radar, and there's a little bit of action towards the end of the book. So there is that. But I loved the banter and things like that between Delilah and Brody throughout the whole entire story. You could feel their push and pull and connection and things like that. So the next book that I finished was Broken by Casey Enders. Place this in contemporary. Give this one 4.5 stars as well. Give this one 2 Steam fans. Read it as an arc, but it was part of the Salvation Society as well. It's the second book that I needed to, or the 5th book that I needed to finish. And this one follows Chloe, who, Casey gutted me right off the bat in the beginning of the story with a military funeral. And if you've known me, if you've watched my channel for, I don't know, for any amount of time, and I've talked about military books, it has taken me a long time to actually enjoy military books. And from the writing of this prologue by Casey that she has either 1, done her research, or 2, has had this experience as a military, someone that's connected with the military, because she got that funeral scene so right, and gutted me while I was sitting in my car at swim practice, and I'm just like in tears. The first, the prologue of it, I'm just like, so it took me a little longer to get through this one, but Chloe is a single mom, and, you kind of fast forward to her moving to Virginia, and in Virginia, she meets Miles, who is her son's rugby coach, and come to find out he works for Cole Security, and both of them are starting something new. And they have to find that balance between her being a single parent and, dealing with a teenage boy. And Miles has some things that he's dealing with. And then Casey ends up gutting me at the end of the book as well, when things are revealed about Miles and his past and the things that he's going through. And I was just like, whew, yeah. So that was lovely. That was great. Whew. So the next book that I finished was Keeping Him, which is Bishop Brothers #4 by Kennedy Fox. Place this in contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Listen to it as an audiobook because I was waiting for it to come out on audiobook. And we're back on the Circle B ranch. We're learning about Jackson and Kiera. Throughout the other stories, you know that Jackson is the other half to the twin set of the Bishop boys, and him and Kiera have been best friends for all of their lives. But Kiera is getting married to Trent, and that is where they kind of started to lose me, because there is that sort of there's the angst and sort of feeling that there is some emotional cheating that's going along in this story, and I wasn't really here for that. I was just like, ugh. I mean, had it just been sort of mentioned, or had it just like happened and then I don't know. It was too love triangle-y for me between Kiera, Jackson, and Trent. All the things that went along with it and some of the actions that were taken kind of annoyed me. So there's that. Sorry. But you have, you know, Secret Crush, Runaway Bride type thing going on there. So I'm still going to continue with the spin-offs of the Circle B, because there are some characters that were mentioned and I want to get to their stories as well. And Kennedy Fox does a really good job at throwing a whole bunch of good tropes in and doing a good job of writing lots of different books and keeping your attention. This book definitely kept my attention throughout the whole thing, because there is a bit of a romantic suspense aspect to it as well. And, you know, they're not gonna, I mean, it's still a great book. It's still a good book. Just love triangle went on a little too long for me. And then the final book that I finished last week, and whoo, sweet Lord, it is A Bad Daddy, Dirty Little Lies #1, part of a duology by JD Hollyfield. Woo, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. I'm putting this in dark romance. I'll explain that in a little bit. Give it 4.5 stars. Give it 5 if I could give it more Steam fans, which I probably could. This is a 5+ Steam fans book. I read this as an ARC. It has been released. You can go get it. And this is a daddy kink book, so if that is not your thing, that is why I place it in dark romance, because there's forbidden, taboo, and kink play within this story. So if those things are not something that you're interested in, you're going to want to stay away from it. But if that's your thing, if that is your thing, JD does an amazing job. This is a not safe for work, not safe for public, and you probably want to be in private. For most of this book, we have Violet, who is a college student. Her roommate, her roommate's dad is a feisty, dominating force to be reckoned with. He likes things particular, and Violet wants to play with that. So, yes. That's all I'm going to say about that one, because, just thinking about it. Kiss me. Yes. Thank you very much, JD. And I really, really hope that I get the arc for the next book, because I really would enjoy that. Really would enjoy that, because I believe Heath may have influenced his daughter in some ways, and I think this is going to be her book, and I have a feeling I know who it's going to be with, and I am looking forward to it. Totally looking forward to it. So, what am I currently reading? I have a whole bunch of stuff to get through. It's probably going to be a low week next week as well. Like I said, I hope that I get the second book in the Dirty Little Lies series, or duet, which is this book. I can't remember the name to it right now, but I will place a picture of the cover right here. There's something else that I should be reading, and I can't think of what it is. Oh, The Romantic Pact by Meghan Quinn. I am still reading this one. Loving it, because we have a road trip, and it's because they're grieving that they're on the road trip, and I'm here for this. I'm here for this, totally. Two friends on a road trip sent by someone that has passed away. Yes. Yes. Because I need that in my life. So those are the two books that I am going to be concentrating on, that you'll definitely be hearing about next week. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else going on big. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Have you read any of the books that I just named off? Do they sound interesting? Let me know down in the comment section. What do you think about my new collection of books? Because there's so many of them. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Woo! So many books! Yes! Okay. Make sure you're giving it a thumb up. Subscribe to the channel. All my links are down in the description box. If, Ko-fi, Patreon, PayPal. For Patreon, it's getting close to, when you guys will, this video will move over there exclusively, along with a whole bunch of other content and things like that. You guys will still be getting Tuesdays and Thursdays videos. I've noticed that, you guys don't like that very much, but I do a lot of work, you guys. Like I said, 10 times more. Gots to hustle than my counterparts. Just to even get a minute smidgen of, you know, recognition. And I still don't get that. So, other than that, I don't want to leave on a bad note. You guys are amazing. The people that are continuing to follow and support, I appreciate you. You guys are what keeps me going. The ones that comment on these videos that I do. The ones that follow me over on Instagram. The ones that have already done a followship over on Patreon. And we have conversations going on over there. All of you guys are amazing. Because you're what keeps me going, and I will keep continuing to put out stuff for you guys. So, I think that's all. Thank you guys, and we will see you in the next video.